And as President Trump continues his trip in Asia, his former special assistant, Sebastian Gorka, spoke exclusively to One America News about the role the commander-in-chief will play in negotiations on the ground. One America's Trey Yingst has more.
I'd like to ask you, as a former deputy special assistant to the president, looking at the broader strategy for the administration, what does the president need to bring with him on this trip? What message does he need to prepare for other foreign leaders? And at the end of the day, the administration has touted an America First initiative for foreign policy. What does that mean?
Well, I am very familiar with the Asia team that the White House has. It's run by a true professional, a vet. We have an amazing Asia team in the National Security Council, and the message is a very simple one, that the president will be reassuring all our friends in the region, all our allies, all our partners, that the standing relationships we have will not only be maintained, they will be strengthened, because he is very clear that the America First policy, which is the Trump administration's policy, is not an America alone policy.
The president traveling to China after his stop in Seoul, South Korea. Take me through the role that China plays in all of this. This conversation of getting the Chinese involved and getting them on our side during this administration has been really a major selling point for the president, something that his entire national security team has really boasted as an opportunity for this president. Take me through the role that China is playing in all of this.
China is in the driving seat when it comes to what North Korea will do next. The fact is, North Korea is a satrapy. It is a satellite state of China. More than 90% of all the imports that North Korea relies upon come through China. Therefore, if one wished to exert maximum pressure on the dictatorship that is North Korea, that could be done through Beijing.
Knowing how the president works and knowing how he negotiates, do you believe that when he travels to Beijing this week, he himself will make those calls to Chinese leadership about what the United States needs to see from China to put that pressure on North Korea?
Absolutely. He is the master of the deal. It will be the president who gives that message directly to Xi Jinping and to his people.
And one last question for you here, Dr. Gorka. How do we measure success for the president's trip to Asia? A massive trip for President Trump, 5 countries. When you watch the president return on Marine One to the South Lawn of the White House, what in your mind will be the indicator that he was successful or not during this trip?
I think there's 2 obvious ways to measure the success of this trip. One is economic and one is diplomatic or political. The president has literally worked miracles in the United States in the last 9 months. We have the lowest unemployment in 17 years. We have 3% growth rate, 1.5 million jobs created, an economy unleashed. Hopefully we will see that reflected in the trade relations with our countries, with our allies and partners in the region. New deals, new confidence in investment here in America and American investment in Asia. So I think measurement 1 is the economic benefits brought to the table. Secondly, and I think this is already happening, we see it in Japan with Prime Minister Abe, is the level of comfort and reassuredness that our friends in the Philippines, in Japan, in the nations of the region feel by the personal interaction of the president and the fact that he has invested. This is his longest trip to date. He will be investing so much time and effort to actually meet with these people and to build those relations. I think it's reassurance amongst those populations that will be the most important metric.
Dr. Gorka, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Trey.